Hey, what's up? This is Matt Dietz, and this is Agency Launch. This is the show where I talk about running an insurance agency. I talk about sales and marketing strategies for insurance agents. I talk about staffing for insurance agents. I talk about retention and customer service for insurance agents. One of the most popular questions that I get right now is, hey, Matt, I know I'm supposed to quote a certain amount of people every day. How do I find people to quote? Well, if you text me right now to 208-213-8809, I have an asset pulled directly from my masterclass that I'm giving out for free. Text me 20 policies to 208-213-8809, and I will show you how to write 20 policies this week. On with the show. Are you dying for something to be easy? Does everything seem just that much harder these days? Do you hate Accord forms every time you want to apply for something? I've got something to make your life a little bit easier. I want to introduce you to Brightco. Brightco is an online jewelry insurance company that has made buying insurance for your jewelry so easy. You can get a quote in like 2 minutes. You answer 6 questions. You can do the quote. You can bind it. You're going to be done before you even know that you started. Brightco will manage all payments, claims, reporting, and commissions all on this slick portal. And in a world where our tech feels clunky and lethargic, it is a breath of fresh air to have something modern at our fingertips that make our lives easier and our customers' lives easier. So go to bright.co/Matt Dietz. That's brite.co/MATTDIETZ to learn more and go right to that site to get appointed. Let's go. Hey, what's up? All right, so today I have been doing some thinking like I do every day. I never shut it down. It's loud up in my head. And I was having a conversation with someone recently about why do you look to do something that's easy when you should be just doing what's right? And I know that there's a fine line sometimes between those things. And how do you determine, what's easy, what's lazy, and then what's the right thing to do? For example, I talked recently about hopping on the phone call and making a phone call instead of sending an email or a text. One of the things that drives me crazy is we have all this technology at our fingertips. Texting, we got social media, there's email, or all these things that we have to communicate, at lightning speed. But I think automation, AI, all this stuff, I think so much of it is used improperly. And if you're in the sales world, like you are, a lot of those tools are not the best way to make a sale. All right. Someone told me something within the last few months that I thought was really important. He's like, nothing happens until you have a conversation. And I was talking about, in the sales world, nothing happens unless you have a conversation. Book more calls, get more meetings, make more sales. Okay. So we can have all these fun, glossy toys at our fingertips, and we can send out emails, and we can automate email campaigns, and we can send out texts, and we can do all of these things. But there's one metric that is telling you if it's working or not. Like, how much premium did you write? Okay. So I see posts all the time in groups. They're like, hey, what's the best way for me to boost a post on Facebook? Like, this is 2012, right? I'm going to boost a post. It's an awesome waste of money and time and effort. And I think there is a proper way to run Facebook ads, 100%. Okay. But did you know, do you know how much noise there is on Facebook and Instagram and, LinkedIn and all these other spaces? Is your content good enough? Gary Vee always says, he's like, the market will determine if your stuff is good enough, right? Is your content is it generating conversations? Is it generating appointments? Are you having conversations based off of the content that you're putting out? Are you just posting stuff, crossing your fingers, and saying your prayers and saying, oh man, I hope somebody calls me because of this post? Or there are false metrics out there that you can follow too, vanity metrics, right? It doesn't matter how many people like your post, right? Did it lead to anything? Did it lead to a sale? Did it lead to a conversation? Did it lead to a connection of some sort? Did it lead to a referral? These are the things. Did it lead to a sale, right? Did it lead to more premium being put on your books? So there's a right way to do that, but you got to learn how to do it. You have to learn when it comes to social media content, you've got to learn the psychology of a headline. Like, what's a good headline? Okay. And you can Google that, what's the best way to write an attractive headline? You've got to write a good body, for your post. You've got to have a good picture or whatever. Like those are the three things that you have to do right. How many posts do you scroll through every day and just blow by because you're like, that's dumb, that's dumb, that's dumb. What is your post going to do that's going to stand out, that's going to make people stop? You got about a second and a half, and so I would encourage you to absolutely use social media for your business. Like, it's free. And if you do it right, you will be noticed. You can build your brand. You can build your authority. You can do a lot of good stuff from doing that, but you got to put the work in. Okay. So that's one thing. The other thing, when it comes to selling and getting in front of people, there's all this stuff, like I said, with texting and emails and stuff like that, and automating email campaigns. And I think there's a place for that too, but I don't think that it should be like the core of your business strategy, right? I mean, same thing with email happens with social media. Okay. Like, your headline better be good. Okay. Your first sentence or two better be really good, or you're done. Okay. How many emails do you get in a day? How many do you get in a month? You probably get 1,000 emails in a month. How many do you read? Okay. And I don't mean necessarily like your work email, like that's different. Like, if you have a personal email or a Gmail that you use, like how many of those do you open? Okay. And think about that. And then think about the stuff that you're throwing into other people's email boxes. Okay. If you're dumping and trashing emails that you would never read, and you're sending out the same stuff, like, you need to look in the mirror and be like, I need to get better at this so that people are going to read my stuff. Okay. So I'd encourage you to do your research and do your work, tighten up your headlines, tighten up your photos, tighten up what you're writing, get good at writing. Okay. The stuff that some of the companies will put out for you or write for you, I hate. Okay. I don't use them because they're written, in a room full of people, and then it's got to go in front of another room full of lawyers, and they have to talk about every word that's written in there, and it comes out horrible. Okay. You've seen the letters your company sends out to clients. They're terrible. Okay. I've lorded over all my content since the beginning of my career because I wanted it to be in my voice. I wanted people to know me. I wanted people to know what I'm about. I wanted people to know what I'm passionate about. I wanted people to know that I have a sense of humor. Okay. And I wanted to express the things I needed to express in a way that people can understand it, because what we sell can be complicated. Okay. So I want you to think about the stuff that you're pumping out and make it better. Okay. Make it better. Do your research, do your work. The other thing is, I'm going to encourage you to make more phone calls. I swear I'm going to go all the way back to like pre-internet days. Let's get back on the phones when it comes to sales and relationships and referral networks and things like that. Okay. Don't send an email. Don't send a text. Make a phone call. When it comes to setting an appointment, making a deal, saying thank you to somebody, I'm still all for video email. I think there's still a really good place for that, because nobody's doing that. And that's the other thing. It's like, nobody's making phone calls anymore. Okay. So like, do you even leave voicemails anymore? I honestly don't, because I don't know if people are going to listen to my voicemail, so I'll make a phone call to somebody. If they don't answer, I'll send them a text. I'll say, hey, can I grab a couple minutes of your time? I want to hop on a phone call, okay, with you. Unless you're looking for a yes or no answer. Okay, if it's a real simple information that you're trying to get from somebody, that you need to just to put the icing on the cake for something, say, hey, when do you want your draft date to be? Like, you don't have to make a phone call for that. Okay, you want it to be the 15th or the 18th or whatever. So just be mindful of the way you're communicating and how you can differentiate yourself from other people in this space who are looking at doing things the easy way instead of doing the right way. And I put easy and lazy kind of in the same space. Like, there's an easy way to do things properly, but there's an easy way to do things in a lazy fashion. Don't think that building a business is hard. It's hard. Okay. And don't sit in your office and be like, all right, what's the easiest way, for me to get in front of 1,000 people? I'll send an email, like that doesn't work. Okay. You got to be smarter. And I think in a day and age where we have all this stuff, and we're getting bombarded in so many different ways, have a conversation with somebody. It's a better way to communicate. It's a better way to do business. Okay. Get on the phone more, talk to people more. And I think people they're starving for this kind of interaction because it's fleeting right now. And I think we need more of it. So that's my soapbox for you today. Okay. Don't look for easy, look for right. Don't look for what everybody else is doing. Do something different. Okay. And you'll sell more policies. Okay. You'll make more relationships. You'll deepen your relationships. It's just better. Okay. Get in front of people, have conversations, and, it'll be easier. Okay. That's the easy way to do it. Okay. I swear you can get more out of a 3-minute phone call than what you might be able to get chasing people on an email. Okay. So think about that. My name is Matt. This is Agency Launch. You can find me all over the place. I'm on LinkedIn and I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Dietz Agency. Don't forget to send me a text, 208-213-8809, and hop in my texting community. I'm sending out tips and tricks, not trips. I'm not giving out trips yet. Tips and tricks and advice in regards to running an agency, and hopefully I can help you out there. You have direct access to me. Let's hop on a call. If you want to book a call with me, send me a text that says chat with Matt. Again, 208-213-8809. I really appreciate you listening. Thank you so much. Keep up the good work.